Welcome back to The Life of a Fit Pro. I am your Fit Pro host, Aundra Anderson. And if you are watching this on YouTube versus listening to it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you might notice a little change in scenery. I just decided to pull my beautiful little chair, which I got from Pier 1 1.5 million years ago, up to the window for some natural light, and I'm liking it. I'm not digging like the background just yet. So we're going to have to tweak it a little bit. I am feeling a full like studio rearrangement in my future once things settle down a little bit. I would love to just change up this room. I'm thinking about painting again. I'm thinking about a change in furniture. So I have this downstairs space in our house that is considered my office, but I'm currently working at a corporate situation where they don't let me work from home. So I have no need for a desk. I am taking my master's classes, but true to form, if you have this beautiful, gorgeous office setup, you will never use it. And you will instead take your laptop and do a little rounded shoulder shrimp position, literally anywhere but your desk. If you feel me on that one, like give me a little thumbs up or a comment because I cannot be the only one that does that. I have camped out at our dining room table, our kitchen counter, the floor, this space, my studio, and okay, don't judge me for this, but I have this little vanity set up in my bathroom. So I have a really large bathroom that is just mine because separate bathrooms equal happy marriages. You know I'm right. I have this big counter and a vanity with like a little stool that pulls out, and I literally sit there and do my master's work. Like I just was doing that before coming here to do this. You I don't know. It's like a vibes thing. It's like an energy thing. It just felt right to do my work there. All of that to say, welcome back to The Life of a Fit Pro. Welcome to what is inside my head at this moment. And we are still into our 40 for 40 series. Little recap, I am turning 40 this month. And to celebrate, I have crafted 40 different life lessons that have kicked me off my feet and made me realize what a human being I am. And I've paired them with coaching questions, and I want to share those with you. So, we've had 2 previous episodes. You do not have to listen to these in order because I grouped them just based on vibes and feeling. This week, I'm calling it Mindset Shifts and Perspective because here's a truth moment. Life isn't shaped by what happens to you. It's shaped by your reactions and your perceptions. Let that sink in for a moment. It's not shaped by what happens to you. It is shaped by your reactions and your perceptions. And good news, my friends, we can control that part. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you connect to it, how you react to it, and you can control your mindset. So we're going to talk about that today. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different life lessons, and I've paired those with 7 different coaching questions to get at this idea of mindset shift and perspective. Okay. Mindset is the way you think, the stories you tell yourself, and the perspective you choose to hold. So that's what we're going after today. And without further ado, let's just dive right in. The first one, and again, these are not in any particular order. This is how they came out of my brain, and this is how I am presenting them to you. All right, mindset shifts and perspective. The first one, progress isn't always visible, but it's always happening. And this is so true in a few different ways. And the ones I'm thinking at the front of my mind, this is so true of a fitness journey. If you embark on a strength journey or a fitness journey, and I was talking to a client this morning, or maybe it was yesterday, about running and how you don't notice that you're getting better until it happens. But what really happens is all of these tiny little microscopic shifts that make the next set, the next run, the next set, the next run even better. And in the moment, you might not realize it. But then all of a sudden, 6, 8 weeks later, it's like you're a totally different person. But what happens is the first week, the first 10 days, the first 2 weeks, even, if you're not noticing like progress, you want to throw in the towel because you're like, well, obviously this isn't working. But you won't notice it until like a month in. If you're walking every day, if you're changing your eating habits, if you're increasing your water intake, if you're running, if you're lifting, you're not going to notice it for a few weeks, but you have to keep going. You have to keep going. Progress isn't always visible, but it's always happening. And my question that I'm using with this, pairing with this, where have you grown that you haven't fully acknowledged? Where have you grown that you haven't fully acknowledged? Because you're growing. You're growing every day. Every day. Okay, next one. Ooh, this one hits so hard. And listen to this week's Tuesday Tea because I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Comparison will rob you of your joy if you let it. It will. Comparison will rob you of your joy if you let it. I have fully stopped stalking other fitness instructors because you know what? I just don't have the freaking time. I am too busy trying to get into my own glow up, trying to service my clients and my customers that I don't have time to stalk other instructors. I want to see them do well, and I do follow other instructors for inspiration, and I want to clap with them and I want to celebrate them, but I've stopped looking at it from this comparison point of view because the truth is there is room for all of us, all of us. And what you offer is unique. Even if your services are exactly identical to somebody else's, you're two different people. You have two different lived experiences. You have two different sets of perspectives. And people come to you for you and your relationship to those things. And it's okay if they go to other people too, regardless of what you do for work, services that you offer, products that you offer. Look, I mean, if Dunkin' can have one on one corner and one across from each other on another corner, if Starbucks can do the same thing, why can't you? Why can't you? I have stopped myself from entering like grants and contests to win funding for ideas that I have for my business because I have convinced myself that it's been done before. But then, if you read the winners of different contests, you will notice that their stuff has been done before too. They just had the balls to fail. They had the balls to put their stuff out there, knowing full well, most likely, someone's already done this, but they're not that person, right? So stop it. Stop comparing. It's it's literal human nature to compare. So like me saying stop, you're going to do it. So keep doing it. Whatever. It's human nature. But don't let it rob you of your joy. Notice it. If I get into that mindset of like, ooh, I'm like asking why not me. That's toxic. Don't do that. Don't do that. If somebody that has something similar to you, like if there's another fitness professional that's offering similar things that I do, I mean, not 100% because I'm pretty unique. But if there's somebody that's offering a similar class to me and they're winning, like pop off, queen. Like I want you to win because if you win, I'm next. I'm next. And that's the attitude that I need to have and I want you to have. All right. The question that I'm pairing with this, what are you comparing and how is it impacting you? That one hurts. That one hurts. Real talk, most people that I coach would not even want me to ask that question because that's hard. That's hard. That is a deeply introspective question that you need to sit with. And I'd be happy to coach with you on that. All right. Oh, that was a really big one. This next lesson, not every opportunity is meant for you. Even if you feel like it's your wildest dream, not every opportunity is meant for you. And that's okay. You'll get them next time. The next one will be for you. And if not, the next one will be for you. There isn't just one way to find success. There isn't just one way to be successful. There will be another opportunity. And if there isn't, you're going to create one. You're going to make it happen. You're going to make it happen. All right. What are you saying yes to that doesn't align? Oh, sometimes I knock my own socks off. Okay. The lesson within the lesson is if you say yes to everything, you're saying no to everything. You literally, and I wrote my senior capstone, my senior year of college on this. Women, especially, we're not meant to have, quote, it all, okay? You can't do everything. If you do everything, you're doing nothing. And that's hard. That's hard because as little millennial girls, my elder millennials, raise your hand, we were taught you can do anything you want if you set your mind to it. Yes, but what they didn't, there was a little asterisk at the end of that statement. And what they didn't tell us is that you can't do it all at the same time. Okay? So if you want to be a working mother, I hate that term, actually. I hate that term because moms work the hardest of anybody. If you want to be a mom and also work in the corporate world, let's put it that way, well, you're going to be good at one of those things, right? Like one of them is not going to be the best. You're giving a little bit of yourself to each one of them, and one of them is going to suffer. And it's not like 50-50 all the time. It's like one week you're going to have wins in the corporate world, and at home you're going to be like, what happened? And then another week you're going to be so present with your family, and the stuff at work you're going to be like, what do I do again? And it's going to teeter-totter like that. There's no 50-50. There's no giving it 100% to everything. And that's okay. And like, we need to be okay with that. We need to be okay with that. And the question, I did. What are you saying yes to that doesn't align? I do ask that question a lot of times in my coaching sessions because I tend to coach people that think they can do it all. And we discovered together that that's really hard. And why were we ever told that? Why were we ever told that? All right. This next one, I probably say this most to my 17 to 19-year-old clients. Friend, you are not behind because there is not one perfect timeline. I remember, so I'm 40 and I got married 10 years ago. And I remember when I got engaged, somebody in my office, I don't work there anymore, actually asked me, what's it like to be an older bride? I would like to fully report that that person is divorced now because they got married at 19. What's it like to be an older bride? What does that mean? Or this term of geriatric pregnancy. What do you mean? You are allowed to do things at your own time. You are allowed to do things on your own timeline. I think it all started in 9th grade in my home economics course, which was meant for girls. And this was in the year 2000, okay? In the year 2000, they were still pushing this idea. We had to create a timeline of our lives. And the things that had mandatory inclusion in this timeline were marriage and the birth of our first child. I think I kept it. I should really pull that out. That'd be a really fun Tuesday tea. Marriage and the birth of our first child. And you got points taken off if you were over the age of 30 for either of those things. That's cool. Cool. I'm so glad that I did not take that advice because not having kids and got married at 30. Actually, I was technically 29, but I turned 36 months later. So there's that. But there is no right timeline, right? There's no you might feel the pressure from your family, from your peers, from your community that you have to, graduate and maybe college or whatever, and by a certain time be engaged, and by a certain time be married, and by a certain time have your first child. if that's for you. And like, that's like one timeline. That doesn't have to be your timeline. You're allowed to do things at your own time. Some of my most favorite creators, entrepreneurs, providers of services made their break at like 39, at like 45. Meaning they had this entire professional life before that moment where that's the thing that they're known for, right? So like they didn't like find what they were meant to do until later, until their 40s, until their 50s, until their 60s, right? Like there's no one perfect timeline. So stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And dun, 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 the question I have for that is, where might you need to shift direction instead of speed? Ooh, that was a good question. So if you feel like this isn't the timeline I wanted to have or I would like to have, the idea then is, okay, where are we switching up? Where are we changing direction? Where are we changing speed? What are we doing? I love that. Okay, I've got 3 more. The next one, the right questions will change your life more than the right answers. And this is specifically from the coaching world. Asking the right questions makes the best coach. The best coach, because it's curious, it's thoughtful, it puts it on the client, right? It's not about me. I'm not here to provide the advice to you. You're here to figure out what it is that you're looking for. And I'll ask you questions to get there. So sometimes the right questions will change your life more than the right answers. And I love that. So like if you're seeking advice from somebody and you're looking for a particular answer and they're not giving it to you, but they're asking you questions to make you curious and think about it, that's going to be more impactful. And that, my friends, is coaching. That's coaching. So the question I'm pairing there is, what question do you need to sit with right now? That's hard. That's hard. My favorite I'm giving away a little bit of the sauce here, but my favorite question to ask in a coaching session is, what question don't you want me to ask you right now? Because that always gets at the pain point. That is the thing that we're hiding from. That's the thing that we don't want to answer. And then I will ask, you'll say your answer to that question, and I'll ask you that every time, every time, every time. And it ends up being the best coaching session when that happens. All right, we got 2 more. The next one, you don't need fixing, you need reflecting. You're not broken. You're not broken. You just need to think about what it is that's happening, where it is you'd like to be, and what it will take to get there. You need reflection. Some people, journaling helps. For some people, walking helps. For some people, showering helps. You just need a moment of reflection because you're not broken and you don't need to be fixed. The question I'm pairing with that is, when was the last time you truly checked in with yourself? Like, self, how are you today? I'm a Gemini, so I talk to myself. I also like to write. I have a blog, Secret Life of a Fit Pro. Check it out. It's where I put all my deepest, darkest secrets. But I like to talk to myself. I feel like that's a very May Gemini thing to do. But for you, it might be writing. It might be typing, whatever it is. It might be putting, thumbs on your phone and your notes app or whatever it is that you use. But when was that last time that you truly checked in and just said, self, like, how are we feeling about things? Where do we need to put attention? Where do we need to back off? Where do we need to lean in? What is it that we're working toward? A lot of people are scared about that piece because then they have to admit that they haven't been working toward what they really want to do. And that can be really, really freaking scary. I get it. Same. All right, my last one. The life you want requires honesty with yourself. Honesty is a big theme in my 40 lessons for 40 years because if you're honest with yourself, it can totally change your life. If you're not honest, it could mean you're hiding, concealing, you're avoiding, and that will get you so far until you're like this little bunched up ball and you just need to let it go. And some people let it go with impulsive decisions like I don't know, making decisions they wouldn't normally make, like drinking too much, eating too much, shutting everybody out, making big life changes like divorce or whatever it is. And that can be really, really disruptive to your life. So the life you want requires honesty with yourself. And my question for that is, what truth are you avoiding right now? And that's a really, I should have made that one last. That's a really scary one. What truth are you avoiding right now? Like, I don't want to tell you. You don't have to tell me, but you have to tell yourself because you know everything about you and you know what you're avoiding right now. And maybe this is the moment to stop avoiding. Maybe this is the moment to ask yourself that question and gift yourself the opportunity to reflect. And if you need a space to do that, like someone to hold space for that, my friends, that is what coaching is. Coaching is holding space for somebody. Coaching is asking powerful questions so that you can reveal what's important to you. And it's amazing. So once again, I am offering free 30-minute coaching sessions for the month of May because it's my birthday and I'm feeling generous. And after that, I don't really know what pay structure I'll offer. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a sliding scale kind of situation because I really feel like a lot of people can benefit from coaching. I've often thought about pairing coaching with fitness packages so that it's like part of it and seeing where that goes because that's really fun too. So yeah, that is our next set of 40 things, 40 lessons for 40 years. I think that takes us up to 20. We've gone through 20. We're halfway there. That means we have three more episodes, 3 more of this. This is fun. This has been fun for me. If you're still listening, I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate the opportunity to sort of let it all out, share all these things. The wisdom of 40 could really have impacted me at 22, 23 when I first started getting into fitness and all of those things. And that's what our Tuesday tea will be about this week is things I wish I could tell my 23-year-old self with the wisdom that I have now in fitness. So stay tuned for that one. And yeah, thanks for being here as always. And I will catch you for the next episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things because I want to know that you're enjoying this stuff and that you want to see more of it. So thanks. Bye.